doing here?
And welcome to the PlugTalkSports live show, episode 194. This is Danny Torres. We've got Janka, we've got Brandon Hernandez, and we have a new face here tonight. It's actually our first intern. I want to make this announcement with Brandon because it was me and Brandon that came across Blake. We were golfing together. How long ago was this, Brandon? This was like what, June?
This had to be at least like a month or two ago, man. I mean, and again, vividly, I do remember Blake vividly because he came to the rescue. I know you're going to describe that moment, but this guy right here, this guy would have had us stranded if not for him. So God bless him. But go ahead.
Yeah, so Blake came to the rescue. Welcome to the crew. You can describe how you rescued us.
Yeah, so I'll introduce myself. Hi, I'm Blake. But I was working at a golf course, and they were out golfing. You guys were on hole 9 on the West course.
Yeah.
Because you guys were about to – no, 12 on the West course because you guys just finished the turn.
Yes.
And I get a call from my buddy. He goes like, hey, this cart died. You got to go take care of it. And I'm gonna be honest, I gave it like 5 minutes because I was trying to finish up something, and the people the night before didn't plug in any of the golf carts, so all the golf carts kept dying. So I was tired of it. I was like, screw these guys. And so I show up to the golf cart. Finally, I bring them one. I haven't been there for 5 seconds, and you guys asked me some question. It was what was the question? It was you guys were asking me how good was this player. I can't remember who it was. And I was just like, oh, he's garbage. He's not that good. And then you guys just started dying laughing. And then we started talking. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm a sports journalism major in college. And you guys were like, oh, we went to FIU, I believe it was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, FIU. And then we have a talk show and an account on Twitter. And we post Talk Sports. And I was like, oh, why don't you guys give me it? And I'll drop you guys a follow. And then lo and behold, drop them a follow. And couple weeks later, I succumbed to an injury, and I need something to do while I'm stuck in bed. So I shoot a text over to their Instagram account, and I said, hey, you guys doing internships? I would love to write some articles. And they said yes, and they let me publish my first article on Saturday, and I'm thankful for that, and I'm happy to be here helping and talking sports.
Yeah, man. It was I'm trying to remember what the question. Because me and Brandon were we were golfing, but we were deep in conversation about this topic.
Yeah. I showed up and you guys were arguing.
I think it was about. Yes, it was about Dak Prescott. I think
most likely.
Oh my God.
And see, so
it was about Dak.
The non-top 10.
Always Dak
Prescott.
So Brandon didn't agree with me, and then he decided to ask you when you got there, like, "Hey man, what do you think about Dak Prescott?"
Hey man, he's not top 10.
Moment.
It's no Tony Romo, I'll tell you that.
That's
Tony Romo's crazy.
That's a conversation for another day. Let's start things off with our first topic of the night here. Brandon's gonna love this one. I know he's gonna love this one. The Marlins take the series from the Yankees. Not only take the series, they sweep the Yankees. Our beloved Jonko over here, if you didn't watch our plug of the week today, is a Yankees fan. And if you guys didn't know, we're both on vacation. We're both inside the same building. I'm in the room. He's in the living room. So we're fairly close to each other. But this morning over breakfast, if you guys, again, don't know, Jonko works at a very famous Cuban restaurant in Miami, family-owned. And He's become friends with a lot of customers. And Brandon, you're gonna love this. Some customers FaceTimed him this morning, and he answers, and they are holding a broom, and they're telling him, "Your Yankees are garbage." It was a great moment. I loved it. It made my morning. It made my day. It made breakfast a lot better.
Nah, I'm telling you, Jonka, not the week. Not the week for the Yankees. But I have to tell you, though, historic overall series and weekend for the Marlins. Not only do you have McKeon honored that Sunday, but also, of course, first ever historic series sweep. Marlins are now above 500 overall against the Yankees franchise-wise. And unfortunately, they just dropped the game below 500, losing to the Astros earlier. But I'll tell you what, though, from the overall weekend, we saw three sides of the Marlins I don't think a lot of people get to recognize unless they're on national television. It's the power in their hitting. It's the defensive idea that they have on the mound, that you can have Perez out there, you can have Sandy Alcantara out there, or Cabrera out there. No matter who's going to be the starter, the bullpen's deep enough to back them up. As we saw on Saturday's game, where what was the Yankees only got 2 hits on Saturday?
Yeah.
And Giancarlo Stanton couldn't do much. Jazz didn't really do much either, which I love that the Marlins ended up doing like a kind of a tribute video for him, even though it didn't really win anything. But besides that, this is overall from a flip of the script of what people would probably tell you 3 months ago. When people were like, oh, the Yankees are looking to go towards the World Series. They're looking to push deep into the playoffs and the pennant. And the Marlins are trying to get themselves to another rebuild. It looked like, honestly, from the play we saw on the field, besides that Friday game, it looked flipped. Absolutely flipped. 2 different teams, 2 different directions. I honestly like what this. Honestly, I'm not saying the playoffs are in sight, even though we're like 7-5 games, we're a little bit behind wild card, still a little far out. But Marlins playoffs talk in August. I like the sound of that. I really do like the sound of that.
I've never heard it in my life. I've never heard Marlins playoff talk in my life. Our best. I was born in 2003. We won the World Series the year I was born. The best season. I've been watching baseball since I was like 6 years old. Really, baseball was my first love. It was everything I played. Our best season was when Ricky Nolasco was our number 2 starter. He pitched on the last game of the season. We finished 82-80. That was our best season. Was me watching. Because then our next attempt at our best season was when Stan was going for the first chance at his MVP, when like 2014, when Kershaw won it, I think.
Yeah.
And he got hit in the face and he didn't get the MVP, and we were pushing towards it. Fernandez was rest his soul, was alive at the time. He was showing that he was an ace, and we were pushing. So this is the first time you actually have hope in Miami, that you have a good baseball team around you. And I think we're seeing what happens in Florida when you have a good sports team is people will actually take time out of their day and show up. I think it was the most fans we've had at Marlins Park for a series in their franchise history. And one thing I wanted to add on to what Brandon said was the Marlins are now the only franchise to be over 500 in their career, including playoffs against the New York Yankees. The next closest, I'm pretty sure, is at 47%, and they're still 70 games under 500.
Oof.
So. Jonka?
Oh, I think I said it even before last year. Even before last year, bro, when we made the World Series, that Aaron Boone needs to be fired.
Wait, drop his nickname. Drop his nickname.
Oh yeah, Boone the Goon, by the way, is his nickname. Bro, it's like the incompetency in the managing for this Yankees team is ridiculous, bro. Like, there's no way you could possibly tell me that the talent is not there. I just feel like the play. I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know. I don't know what it is, bro. Because it's like the defense is terrible. Anthony Volpe is leading the MLB with the most errors. I think he's like at 20 or 21, which is crazy when he's your starting shortstop for some reason. Like, and then you got Giancarlo Stanton always missing like 50 games every year. Aaron Judge has to be the one that carry the entire team, bro. If he doesn't hit a home run, most likely the Yankees don't win that game. Like, there's the pitching is inconsistent. Like, who is in charge of this team, bro? Aaron Boone is like picking talent, that doesn't produce anything. Like the only thing that was producing is Juan Soto, and he left to the Mets, bro. Like, listen, I just love it. The stat you just gave us, Blake, bro. I mean, it's funny how my life works, bro. I live in Miami, Yankees fan, but I still gotta support the Marlins no matter what. But I mean, it's dark days, bro. It's dark days, and plus because we gave him a 2-year extension after the stupidity we witnessed in the World Series this past year with against the Dodgers. Shout out to Daniel's Dodgers, by the way. Yeah, like I said in the plug talk on the Instagram on our socials. Yeah, my name has been my pain has been very numbed over the years with all my teams except for my Patriots. So unfortunately,
I will
it's a
say that first game that was 13-12 was probably one of the best baseball games I have seen this season. And I'm sorry,
in a
Jonka,
while.
but the Yankees looked like little leaguers out there. You had Caballero, all their new additions from the trade deadline were absolutely terrible. Caballero's out in right field letting a ball go right through his glove.
Bro,
which
it's like they
ended
never
up
played.
costing the game. Terrible.
It's like
Terrible.
they don't know what they're doing. And plus, like you just got these guys. How are you gonna throw them straight into the roster, bro? You gotta let them like accommodate first. Let them get into what like the rotations, bro. The lineups are retarded. Like, what is Boone doing? I feel like he's like just like trying to like, put up a scrap yard and see what he can make of it because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Don't get me started on Jazz Chisholm, who is straight up watching a fly ball in the infield and then sees it get caught and then realizes, oh crap, I gotta go back, and then gets thrown out. It's little league stuff.
Bro, you can't make it up, bro. You can't make this up.
Hey,
I wrote something
My
down.
life.
Hey, Brandon, do you mind real quick? I'm sorry.
you're good. Go ahead, man.
I wrote something down here that I really thought of when, with the new additions. Sorry. These pitchers have never thrown to these catchers before till the day before that game.
Mm.
They like, I don't know how long you guys played baseball. I played baseball for 15 years. Yeah. That connection with your catcher, that matters in how confident you are throwing in a game, let alone your first time playing for the New York Yankees in a big league game. And it was a sold-out stadium that day. I know Marlins Stadium only 36,000 or 35,700, but it's a sold-out stadium. That stadium gets loud in a Yankees uniform with a catcher that you don't know very well. That's a lot thrown at you in your first game.
Like a day and a half in between to get to know the team, and then you get thrown into the fire. Bro, it's crazy.
It's not nearly enough.
I will say, talking about pitchers, Brandon, there was a lot of talks that Sandy Alcantara was going to be moved on deadline day. He does not. He played terrible tonight against the Astros.
Yeah.
Look, I know a lot of fans love Sandy, and I feel like a lot of fans would have been upset if Sandy was moved. But I think this year, coming off of Tommy John, has he lost a step, or is he just really struggling? Because it has not been a good year for Sandy.
No, not at all. I mean, and also to even take a step back from the Tommy John things, also former Cy Young winner going into of age. There's a lot of Cy Young winners who, after winning the award, some of them fell off a little bit. You're just becoming an average, more or less pitcher, you're not starter. Honestly, I hate to say it, I do love the idea of keeping Sandy. I like where the ownership is kind of listening to the Marlin fan base. We don't want to rebuild that deadline again. We want to keep a young team together. We want to keep a fun roster together. And sure, Jesus, what's the downfall of it all? But only one move, though. And honestly, I don't even think that's a major move, in my opinion, defensively for this team in the outfield. I like having Sandy on paper on this team. Now, does he pick it up? Will we have him starting at some point down the stretch when we're trying to make the playoffs, we're trying to make that wild card spot? I'm not too positive. They might just put him down for an afternoon Thursday game. You know what I mean? At this point. But give it some time. Give it some time. As long as Perez, Cabrera, and these other guys, I mean, we had like guys slapping the crap out of each other about to take the mound. You know what I mean? And Bashar is closing in like nothing. So besides Sandy, I think fan base wise, I like the fact that they listened. Him or not on the team, I don't know how much that changes our direction.
I do like what Jack McKeon said in one of his interviews this past weekend, that if he's in charge of these Marlins, you keep this group together, maybe add some additions to it, and he thinks that this team, as they continue to build the chemistry and some additions, like I said, could make a run at the World Series.
Exactly. And honestly, I was kind of critical, especially with them getting rid of Skip and like replacing with the manager role and then everything like that. But I mean, it's starting to collectively get itself back together. I think that, and especially, again, I do apologize. I forgot the general manager's name, the one that rebuilt the Tampa Bay Rays basically to a world-class team. Bendix, yeah. He's doing the same thing for the Marlins very cheaply. So I don't know if they were going to be able to, as McKinnon said, go out and just buy pieces here and there. I don't know if that's the mentality that this team's going to have, but I'm liking the energy so far.
Now, I have a question for all of you guys, because I think that this is very, I would say, it's not far-fetched, but it is far-fetched at the same time. There's still a lot of games in the season. I believe they're about 6 or 7 games back. But they could not only make a run for the wild card, but they could make a run for the division. They're only, I believe, 7 games back out of first in the division. I know Brandon's already making a face, but hey, lots of baseball left to be played, and it's only 7 games.
They are 8.5 games behind the Phillies.
Yeah, I would factor in that loss tonight added to that.
Yeah, but keyword there, the Phillies. I don't know if you, as good as this Marlins team has been, probably the best team in baseball being out Milwaukee, Yankees.
Yeah.
Catching up with the Phillies is a whole different animal. That is one of the teams you really got to look out for the National League.
The Phillies probably have the second and third favorite in the votes for Cy Young right now in their rotation. Zach Wheeler should probably be first, but Paul Skeens' name's going to be too much for him. That's 2 sure wins almost every single time they go out. You maybe give them a loss every third, fourth start with the 2 of them. I don't see them coming back from 8.5 games. I could see them sneaking that last wild card spot though. But you're gonna need, someone else besides Cal Stowers to basically show that they're an all-star caliber hitter, because that's what it takes. You go look back at any Marlins team, any numbers that they had. We built a team that was on base machines with 3 through 6 all being slugging animals. This team isn't that. So I don't really know. And then I wanted to say one more thing about the Sandy part. One thing that makes Tariq Schoolball now so dominant is his best pitch he throws it the most, which is his changeup. The year Sandy won the Cy Young, his number 1 pitch was his changeup. Right now, that's his 3rd most thrown pitch a game. It goes slider, fastball, changeup now. So I've lost faith in Sandy, but that's me. I'm one of those fans.
Damn. But let me ask you, think that it's like Sandy's age or something, where it comes down physically, or do you think it's just kind of like mentally, again, his pitches are different now? Like, what do you think?
I think it's mentally. I think, this guy comes out and then he didn't have a great year after. We'll just call it not a great year, because his changeup was getting hit more. But that doesn't mean you go away from it. You've seen Tariq Schoolball now has gone 2 years on an awesome changeup. And that's what Sandy had. Sandy had the most run changeup in baseball for a year and a half. And then I think mentally he got rocked for 3 straight starts early in the year after. And it sent him I think the year after first game, he went 7 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. And then after that had 3 bad starts. And you started seeing the changeup notch down. The changeup's thrown, I just looked up, it's 20% of the time compared to the other pitches he throws.
Jeez. Yeah.
I was telling Daniel, but I'm gonna tell you, both of you guys, Brandon and Blake. The one thing with Sandy is I think he has the biggest contract on the team, and the rest of the team is on 1-year deals. Do you consider getting rid of Sandy to open up the payroll a little bit to pay Kyle Stowers, because he's gonna be a free agent? And we all know this payroll is very, very small. And if you're going to pay the best guy on the team right now is technically Kyle Stowers. And if you let him go to another team, it's going to be the same thing over again. And you're going to lose the fans, and the fans are going to lose hope because it's like for every time we have a good team or a potentially great team in the making, because we're cheap, then all of a sudden the players end up leaving because you don't pay them.
Well, I think they got the
So-
money for it. I think they got the money
No,
for
I
it.
know
If
they
Stour
got the
wants it,
money.
he gets it. That's the way I think. If Stour wants it, he gets it at this point. The National League Player of the Month will get it.
I don't think they'll pay anyone. In 2016, Josh Donaldson became a free agent after winning MVP, and he's from West Palm, and he wanted to be in Florida, and we wouldn't pay him. So I think what will happen is you get off Sandy in the offseason. I don't know if Kyle Stowers is still in arbitration. That's my question, if he's still in arbitration or if he's just a free agent. But I don't see anyone on this team getting $22 million plus a year. And the only reason Sandy got it is because they literally weren't paying anyone. They're going to be penalized for not paying enough people.
I think there's a couple guys on this team that I wouldn't say like max deals, but worth keeping around. Augustin Ramirez, obviously Stowers, Javier Sanoja, who had a great weekend against the Yankees. I'd trade Sandy to add more additions to this team, to this core, to this group right now. That's what I would do.
I would trade Sandy and get one more bat. Because you have pitching prospects. You have Max Myers, who's low in the rotation now, but he's going to get better and better. And then you have no, not Max Meyer, no, Noble Meyer. Sorry, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name correctly. But he's an animal. He's a young pitcher, and I actually played it against him in a camp. He's really good. His slider moves a lot. It's not fun to hit against, so that'll get people. But I would move him for a bat and see if you can get someone that can hit. Because you need to protect Stowers. We saw Stanton before Yelich and Ozuna broke out. Stanton was useless because no one protected him. You just didn't pitch to him. So I hope we can get someone to protect Stowers in the lineup.
Any final thoughts on the Marlins before we move on to a very, very interesting topic?
On the pace to 90 wins, let's pray that we get there.
We'll see. We'll continue watching the rest of the year to see how the Fish do. But This honestly, it's being called the heist of the century, one of the biggest heists in sports history, in the U.S. history. There was a massive theft, on Biscayne Boulevard at the Casillas Center, home of the Miami Heat. Millions of dollars worth of authenticated Miami Heat memorabilia, which included game-worn NBA Finals jerseys, were stolen from team storage over a span of about 18 months. Items reportedly spanned jerseys from Heat legends Dwayne Wade, LeBron, with some jerseys alone valued in the high 6 or even 7 figures. Someone on the Dan Le Batard show was actually saying that this is one of the largest heists of this kind. It was a coordinated inside job involving multiple individuals, possibly including a Miami police officer and someone with NBA connections. The gear was sold through legitimate marketplaces, and the black market raising suspicions with sellers showing unusually large collections of authenticated game-worn jerseys. And, of course, this is being investigated by the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office in Miami, and the Heat and the NBA have declined to comment.
Look, I'm a big memorabilia guy. I know Jonka's a huge memorabilia guy as well. When it comes down to the idea of the Miami Heat actually having storage, open the vault. Open the vault. I'm telling you right now, I pray that I find somewhere on my For You page LeBron James' jersey on some kid from like South Africa. Because I really want to see exactly how many Heat lifers are out there in the world on the black market. But no, on a serious note, though, as you said before, it was reported that basically this was potentially someone inside the Casillas Center, inside the Heat locker room, and also with ties with Miami PD. How deep does a rabbit hole go? because obviously it's not going to be anyone close to Pat Riley or Eric Spoelstra, but most likely someone on the Heat's, not saying coaching staff, but it will most likely be someone that's going to be out there in the training facility, not just the Kaseya Center, in my opinion. Is there going to be, I don't know, I mean, how long is this investigation going to go? I'm not too positive. Maybe during, the upcoming NBA season, we might finally get some answers and say, oh, yeah, it was Dwayne Wade's son that did it or something like that crazy,
It was Jimmy.
It was it was Jimmy and Jimmy's goons.
So would say that's why Gilbert Arenas got retired. I mean, arrested.
Yeah, no, but Gilbert Arenas is a whole nother animal. That's like the Sharp of the NBA, basically, or the Shannon Sharps. But I think my biggest question, though, out of all the memorabilia, we know that it's a lot of, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, most likely a majority of that 2013, 2012 run teams. Yeah. I'm curious, man, was there someone that was a sicko like, hey, do you guys have that Dion Waiters Vice jersey on you right now? You know what I mean?
You got that Philly cheese jersey from that 6-month run? I'd love that.
You have that mustard gold, please?
You guys got that Heat military Rodney Magruder jersey?
No, do you have the Heat military Hassan Whiteside jersey? Oh my God, that does numbers in the black market. But
Brandon, this has to be somebody that knows that there's storage inside the Kaseya Center and knows where it's at.
I didn't even know there was storage like this,
Me neither.
Because when it comes down to a lot of NBA, and especially NBA memorabilia, it's a lot of the fans reaching out to former athletes. Like there's a guy that's on Instagram, and again, Celtic fan, so I'm not a big Laker guy, but I love always following this account. The Lakers Vault on IG, I believe, is his Instagram. And he has his entire room decked out with Lakers gear from Milkman all the way down to Magic. And I never see that for anyone of the Miami Heat. In such a historic franchise in the Southeast, you would think there'll be something. So it was bound to happen, on my honest opinion. It's such a rare commodity that I can't even imagine. As I said before, 6-7 figures or whatever it may be. That goes for a lot. A lot. Not a lot of people have LeBron James, Floridian jerseys, or whatever it may be. This is rarity at its finest in the NBA. I mean, almost as rare as like memorabilia for like the Charlotte Hornets. You know what I mean? Or the Buffalo Bullets or Buffalo Clippers or whatever it was. So this is really rare.
I'm just in shock. Like, conspiracy, Mickey Harrison might be broke. He might have money laundered the jerseys in the black market. I heard Carnival isn't doing too hot. I don't know, bro. And first of all, why do you have all that stuff under the Kaseya Center? Why don't you have that in a safe with that only Pat Riley knows or Mickey Harrison knows? This story is so weird, bro. It is so fishy that it makes you think like this is all a corroborated thing. Funny how, like you said, Daniel, that the Heat and the NBA have not come out and said a word. Like that's sus to me, bro. How have you not? What do you mean you're not saying a word, buddy? You just got stolen. You just got there's somebody just robbed you. What do you mean you're not gonna say anything? On you, bro. You're like, at least okay. We're pissed. We're pissed. We got robbed. Something like, bro. What do you, bro? It makes it look even worse if you don't say anything, bro. At this point, it's stupidity, bro.
No, you're 100% right. I don't get how, if there's let's say a Game 7 LeBron James, what is it, a San Antonio Spurs jersey under the Kaseya Center. My question is, why isn't it at the league office, or why is it not up in a statue in the stadium? Like, why do we have that just there? That's the second biggest championship in the team's history. It's just supposed to be in a cardboard box under the stadium with the Dwayne Wade jersey. Why is it there? Like, and I think personally, it would have to be someone that worked, like one of the heads of staff in the stadium, not even the coaching staff, because that's who would know where that stuff is. Because like they go for a job and they go like, oh yeah, that's where we keep all of our expensive memorabilia, and they for 18 months They start building to it. They start finding out where the cameras are. They start telling people. They start sneaking it out slowly. Like, that's pathetic. And I'm gonna be honest, not commenting on it feels fishy. And I think you're right on that.
Yeah.
You know, O.J. Simpson, when obviously he was alive, didn't go to jail for the actual murder of his girlfriend or wife or whatever it is, but then end up going to jail for going to Las Vegas to steal his own memorabilia.
How did you make an OJ reference to this?
I just thought. I mean, he stole his own memorabilia.
That's what? Nah, I'm sorry. That's wild. That's.
Hey, if you want to make
hey, Gilbert Arenas did it too.
If you're gonna make references, you're not one to talk, Brandon.
Look, okay, Blake. For you that don't know the history of Plug Talk Sports, during the Eastern Conference Finals, we were talking about the duopoly that is the Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson front court. And I hate to say it, but it fitted really well. They were the Twin Towers of New York. All right, that's the way I put it.
That's not good.
But it's true. Okay, but like, but they were literally.
It's just not true.
It's
no. At least the Twin Towers were good. There's Mitchell Robinson in that group. Like, it's not like Charles Oakley and Patrick Ewing. Like what are we doing?
That's crazy. At least the Twin Towers were good. They weren't good. They weren't good since 01.
At least we used them. Like Mitchell Robinson sat the bench. Maybe there's a reason Thibodeau's out. Maybe you were onto something. Maybe they are the Twin Towers. Maybe you're onto something. That's why Tom Thibodeau was fired, because he wouldn't play Mitchell Robinson with Karl-Anthony.
Blake, but listen, you have to understand that when this man said the Twin Towers, like,
I would have lost it. I couldn't have been on this recording.
It was the only way to say it. I couldn't be like the two big guys down. You know what? Forget it. All right. New York strong. My apologies. All right.
Light posts, maybe. Like, you can say that. Those are tall.
The two light posts in New York.
He could have said the Burj Khalifa in Dubai or something like that. I don't know.
Who knows that?
Yeah, but there's only one of those. He needs Mitchell Robinson in there.
If anything, I would have been like the Freedom Tower, and then the Amscar a little down the way. It would have been like that.
Yeah, because Mitchell Robinson's 7'1". He's a little taller.
A little too. Yeah. Either way, I thought it was a cool reference.
Anyway, this is a job. This is a job for the Pink Panther and Inspector Gadget to go down Biscayne Boulevard. You know who we need? Perfect. I mean, but it doesn't involve animals. I was gonna say Ace Ventura needs to go and down the casino and figure out what's going on.
Get the A-team on it.
Yeah, this is definitely it says it could be the largest sports memorabilia theft ever by volume and value, a multi-million-dollar scheme with widespread repercussions. But it is a little weird, as Jonka said, after he just lost a lung from laughing.
That was the best.
That he hasn't said anything to the NBA.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Mickey Harrison better come out and say something, bro.
It's a little fishy.
If not, we already know who did it. There's no way.
Spoelstra's ex-wife.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's
it would make sense though, Blake, since she didn't get that money after the Heat.
He didn't get the money. He signed the contract 2 days after the divorce. I'm kidding.
And Brandon had a smirk on his face because as a Celtics fan, he's like, "I'm loving every bit of this." The Heat are melting down. They got robbed.
Yeah, it was probably Max Strus. He had to get his money from Miami somehow. It's probably him.
You know, this episode was going really good, but it's going really downhill now.
Hey, let's go to the next topic. Maybe it's better now. Maybe it's better
Yeah, it's time to go. I mean, to be honest, I think it's just going to continue going downhill from here with these topics.
It can't be that bad.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama says that watching sports is like watching reality television, and mentioned ESPN Stephen A. Smith that he would be great in the Housewives of Atlanta. Gentlemen, in my personal opinion, I believe that the drama that happens in sports is not scripted. It actually happens to people's lives and having to do with $1 million of contracts and whatever stuff that might happen that you think and scratch to yourself of, wow, did that actually really just happen? I take my Cowboys, for example, not paying Micah Parsons. That's drama. There's always drama with that franchise, but that is real life drama. This is not scripted stuff on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, the only thing scripted is probably what's going on with Gilbert Arenas. I mean, also third straight shot to Arenas, so gotta love this episode. But yeah, I mean, that's why we love sports, though. There's always something on and off the court, always a new story. There's never like, written down drama like the WWE. But
Yeah.
I mean, if I told someone that Timothy Chalamet was courtside with his girlfriend's ex and had the entire city of New York behind his back within 3 days, everyone's going to be like, oh, what happened? What happened? Well, it was just a Knicks game. You know what I mean? So that's the type of storylines that we get from sports nowadays. So the dramas itself, there's more drama, honestly, in like sports media than actual sport teams, in my opinion, at this point. I mean, I don't know like what's going on through Fox and how that spilled into ESPN with, again, the Joy Taylor and Sharp and all these different characters now. They're like, basically are falling to pieces at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly do believe that, though. There is a bit of drama, but it's good drama.
You know what was a really weird one? Now that you mentioned that, Brandon, I told Jonko last night. I told him, I was like, this is probably the most weirdest beef that you could have ever imagined. Des Bryant beefing with Nicki Minaj on X.
Yeah. I don't know
what was happening? I was reading her tweets and I was thinking, is this really Nicki Minaj who is tweeting this stuff?
Yeah, I don't know what Minaj knows about football, but it was a long. I don't even know how long ago that was, but Jesus, man.
It got personal too.
It got too personal, if I remember. I don't know the exact part about the whole tweet back and forth thing, but it got way too personal. And then like the whole Antonio Brown saga, I still don't believe that. And then again, this is actually reported and written in stone. The Patriots dynasty being split apart potentially because of a trainer having an issue with Bill Belichick, with Tom Brady. Just stuff like that, regular stuff to kill dynasties.
What about Shannon Sharp wanting to fight John Morant's dad?
Yeah, John Morant's dad with anyone really at this point. Tyrese Halliburton's dad with anybody at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, like, another thing with family stuff, like, damn, Bronny James in the NBA, that's a whole family lineage in the NBA. That's drama for some reason. So I'm telling you, it gets weirder and weirder.
Yep, I'm going to have to disagree with the first lady here. I think that the Keeping Up with the Kardashians and all that stuff, Housewives of Atlanta, should just stay there. And I don't think it's comparable to sports.
Rich from a Cowboys fan.
Attacking Jerry's world.
Damn.
I'm attacking Steven because I don't know if Jerry's really even doing it anymore, is he? I think because what's it called? Because Mike has said in his thing that he's told Steven directly that he didn't want to sign.
Yo, who let this guy on the show?
Oh, hey, shouldn't have had the golf cart died. Should have drove it on the sidewalk.
Hey, I was not the one driving.
Oh,
you can't blame me for a battery. Chill out.
This man said, "Let's push the golf cart."
It's the only way, man. I'm telling you. I was trying to get that birdie. I had to.
Jonka, do you agree with the former first lady here?
What do you think, Daniel?
I
know you since seventh grade. What do you think?
I'm gonna say that you know.
Yeah, I don't. That is probably one of the most asinine takes I've ever heard come out from somebody's mouth, bro. Real Housewives of Atlanta, bro. What is she talking about, bro?
Why couldn't she say Real Housewives of Miami?
Bro, like, out of any show, bro, you said Real Housewives, like David Da, like seriously, like, damn. Like at least come up with a show that's relevant, bro. At least say like Love Island or something. some stupidity, bro. It's just people though. She's been being ignorant, bro. She's just saying stuff that she doesn't know about, bro. Then attacking Stephen A. Smith about him just being like just for show. Like, bro, he's the biggest broadcaster in sports in the world. They got no other broadcaster makes more money than he does in sports. So I don't know where the shots are coming from. I don't know why she's hating. I mean, plus it's a show. He has to be entertaining for a reason. No one's gonna watch a boring show. So her take there is retarded at point made. Real Housewives is obviously, like you said, it's staged, it's fake, it's all scripted. I bet you if me and her go on the football field, it's gonna end in one of two ways. I win or she gets knocked out. Just saying it. Just saying it right now, bro. She ain't tackling me down, I'll tell you that much.
That's wild. Claiming that you're gonna hit a woman.
Let alone the first lady.
Hey, yo.
In Oklahoma Joe's.
Oklahoma Joe's Michelle Obama.
Oklahoma Joe's.
I mean,
drills, bro, one-on-ones, anything, bro. I'll take it.
yeah, Junka, I'm not sure the Secret Service is gonna allow you to even get close to the first lady like that.
Come at me, bro.
Oh boy.
Can I tell you something? I honestly think she has some point to it. Only because a lot of the players will do what like Terry McLaurin and Micah Parsons did, where in contract negotiations they'll put drama out there just so their name's being brought up. But that's really the only time I think there's point in it. Like,
I can see that.
Do something like that just so their name gets a little more pop. But
I mean, maybe not. I wouldn't. Maybe I can see where you're coming from, but like at the same time, like Terry McLaurin and Micah Parsons are doing this because they've produced and they want the money that they deserve. Like Terry McLaurin has been there for Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke, and whoever the other bum is. And he's been their best player in the team, and he stayed after all the name changes and the ownership, all the bad decisions. And somehow now when he has a good year, he wants to get paid, and now they don't want to pay him.
yeah.
So I don't see. I can see why he's coming out now. And Micah Parsons, well, we already know he's probably one of the best defensive players. He is one of the best defensive players in football. He wants to get paid, and you don't want to pay him either. So it's like.
Hey, Bradley's subbing 2 first-round picks. That's what I'll offer for Micah right now, and you guys got to take it.
Mm-hmm.
How many? What is it? 2 first rounds?
2 first.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty enticing. I'm not gonna
because it's undervalued for Micah Parsons, but if he's serious about not playing, then you take 2 first-round picks.
I don't know. I can't get.
He doesn't want to think about it.
Yeah.
I can't get into that. Like that's something where I need to take a long walk on the beach and really contemplate.
The montage.
Yeah. But you know what, Blake? I do resonate with what you were saying. Yeah, I could see that players using that to their advantage to get their name out and kind of bring the drama.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, I mean, yeah, I don't think she was close to hitting the mark on this point, to be honest with you.
I agree with that.
Plus, it would be nice. I mean, she does the podcast with her brother. It would be nice to have somebody on her podcast that would actually clap back, sort of say, have a different opinion than just agree with her.
Mm. Yep.
Mm.
Oh, so do we want to send Jonko on there? I mean, he sounds ready. He sounds good to go.
I don't think that's a good idea, Blake.
He's not ready for Cuban Jonko, bro.
Yeah, Blake, this is the guy in the good name of Plug Talk Sports said that he was ready to get thrown out of Marlins Fan Fest by security.
For what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Bro, I was gonna legit, like I think last season or before this season, I was gonna walk into Fan Fest and I was gonna, because they always have like you walk up and you ask a question to the owners and to whatever. I was gonna ask them, like, what is this atrocity of a business you're running, bro? Like,
oh, fair. No, good point. No, he's valid. He's valid. I agree.
That would have probably got me kicked out. Like, to be honest, that would have. But also, I think everybody would have clapped for me because they're all too scared to say it. But I'm not scared to say it.
It probably would have gone viral if you did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey.
Yeah. Should have worn a Plug Talk Sports shirt and done it.
I told him I'd probably be somewhere a couple rows up with a hat, not associating myself watching this happen. It would have been great content to see Jonka being escorted out by Lone Depot Park security. Don't you think, Brandon?
If it was in a Yankees jersey, it would have been amazing.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. That would have been amazing. Talk about the presidential fitness test is back in schools with several key athletes on the council. And I will say I've watched the video 10 times of President Trump trying to pronounce Tua Tagovailoa's name. It was great. It was Tua Tagovailoa Vale. It was not good, but I think this was something that was around. I would say, I don't know about Blake, but probably me, Brandon, and Jonka, where we had to run the mile, do the sit-ups, do the push-ups. I think this is great. I think this is a great move to bring this back into schools, especially for these COVID kids that, to be honest, just grew up with technology, don't know what going outdoors is. And then the ones that do watch sports, they got players on the council that they watch from the day-to-day basis. I mean, I have two big names, obviously Triple H from the WWE, and then, of course, Bryson DeChambeau, top golfer, is on that council as well. And not only for the presidential fitness test, but that council is going to be making some decisions for college sports as well as serious things with NIL. But I think the presidential fitness test being back is really important for just sports in general and physical education and health in schools for the kids of America.
No, absolutely. I mean, I don't believe I did take that. Again, I'm 01. I was born in 2001. So I don't know if it was during that 2000s or whatever when they got rid of it. But I would say this, though. I don't even think Tua even knew he was on that council. You know what I mean? Like, he was just spewing out names after names, and I'm like, damn, how many people are on this? You know? But if you got Triple H on there, and I don't know if this is true or not, I had a coworker that told me the other day that Triple H worked out with Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll apparently dropped like a bunch of pounds, right? Like over like a ridiculous number, like over 100 pounds or whatever. And have you seen Jelly Roll, No Country Music like that?
Yeah.
If you made Jelly Roll lose over 100 pounds, I got a little faith in this test. I got a little faith in this test coming back for the kids. So I think it's awesome, plus representation as well. Still kind of odd to see Triple H in the White House. But besides that, I think it's good.
Me having obviously been through all that, did the test, the mile, and everything, I think the bigger thing that we're trying to bring is bring back healthier students. And I know the obesity rate in America is, I think, the highest in the world. I don't know if that's true, but I think it's one of the highest. I think they're trying to fix that, and I think maybe hopefully they do implement this soon. But if, let's say, you're in PE class, and let's say you don't pass the push-ups, the sit-ups, or the mile, right? You will not be able to graduate or pass that grade.
Damn.
Until you succeed. No, listen. You will not pass the class. That will motivate the student to eat healthier, do healthier choices, then to move them forward in their lives. That will be an incentive to move forward. Because if not, then what's the point of having the test? That if you're just gonna let them graduate, it's gonna be the same thing. That's the whole point of what the whole movement is for, to bring it back. If not, then why bring it back?
I think that's a good point, because you have to make it serious. If it's just all right, if you just show up, like when you watch movies about like the 80s or 70s, and there's the weird kid that just shows up to gym class, they don't do anything, they get the pass still. Like it means nothing if you don't show up and do it. And I think it's a good thing having it. I really do. Even just because, like, I know when I was in high school, I live in Broward County. When I was in 9th grade, you had to do a physical thing. And then after that, you could choose to do weight training, or you could just choose to do a different elective altogether. Yeah. You didn't have to do PE. I just had to do a mile and I had to run it under. I think it was like you just had to run it under 10 minutes, and a 10-minute mile for a. I think at that point I was 14 or 15. I should be doing a 10-minute mile walking. Like they need to. You need to be able to show like, hey, like you guys need to show some effort into your life outside of just sitting in your rooms or your hotels like we're doing. And when you go outside, like make something of it. Go work out.
Especially that schools like they're not making healthy choices for lunch or even like snacks. They have vending machines, bro. These kids.
Thanks,
these kids
Michelle Obama, for that, by the way.
Bro, like 7 to 8 hours in class, just sitting down, and then some of them don't even have PE, and they're eating. And then outside of school, they're not really doing any extracurricular activities.
Well, let's talk about how for freshmen lunch is at like 9:30 a.m.
Bro, yeah, it's ridiculous, bro. You eat breakfast and then you go to lunch.
You're getting this cold pizza with chocolate milk.
Great.
Oh, and let's not mention who brought these healthy lunches that who we just talked about. Mm-hmm. But I'm not bringing up the shade though.
No, those are awful.
I want to go to you because you are the basketball guy.
Yep.
Luka Doncic has extended his time in LA, but I know everybody has been talking about LeBron, his future. Is he going to stay in LA? Well, is he going to stay in LA and continue with Luka?
So for the first time ever for LeBron James, he ends up not really like doing any extensions, nothing crazy like that. So most likely it's either he's looking to get even more money or it looks like it will be an end of the road at year 23 for him. But I do want to also, because again, the LeBron piece, obviously huge, big part of the NBA. The Luka piece, I want you to know how dumb the Western Conference is. Luka Doncic, 3 years, $165 million extension deal is going to put him there through 2027 and he'll be a free agent, hypothetically, in 2028, or at this rate of inflation, he might even be making close to north of $300 million alone, maybe even $400 million. As ridiculous as the NBA inflation has gone through for these other contracts. And if you think I'm wrong, guess what happened earlier today? De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs agreed to an extension, 4 years, $229 million, $58 million annually. Luka Doncic, $55 million annually. Is De'Aaron Fox really worth that much over Luka? I'm not too sure. And then on top of that, according to also some other things I checked in the checkbooks between Dallas as well as the Lakers, even with the extension, Anthony Davis would still be making more than $26 million than Luka Doncic within the next few years. The Lakers and Rob Pelinka, I don't know how they did it. I still don't understand what the hell was talked over that cup of coffee those months ago. But not only were you... I'm saying, but John, I'm telling you right now,
we all know.
Not only did the trade happen, but now you lock in the future of your franchise for a deal that makes Devin Booker's extension look stupid, makes De'Aaron Fox's extension look stupid, makes even Jaylen Brown's look stupid. I'm telling you, this is probably the biggest move in the NBA financially out west. I like the move for the Lakers. You get yourself more opportunities to build around this guy and Luka. And in the sense of LeBron James, he could retire tomorrow and the Lakers won't blink. Now, again, the NBA will. I'm not saying in the sense of, the Lakers, oh my gosh, we lost. But I'm saying in the sense of competitively, this will be a team that you have to look at, LeBron or not. Luka's going to be there. They're going to have pieces.
But you don't think he would move to another team? You would think it's either extend or retire.
No, he will retire. He will retire. I mean, family-wise, there's also been things of his wife saying that, she's kind of looking forward to that next step of life with him, right? And one of the biggest reasons why he went to Los Angeles is because of his sons wanting to play in California as high school prep, wanted to go out there to compete for state championships, and let alone, Bronny went to Southern Cal for college, and then now you have the other one. I apologize, I forgot his name. Bryce going now to Arizona as a freshman. So his job is done there in California for his family. It's bound to retirement will be the next step. So I think LeBron does leave as a Laker from the NBA.
This year or next year?
Well, I would honestly say I think the Lakers are in a great spot. I think the Lakers are hoping this year. But I don't think he's going to announce it, though. I think it's going to be last minute. I don't think he's going to milk it.
Yeah, I think
he's
this
gonna.
is the last year.
I think he's gonna milk it because after this year, Bryce's first year with Arizona, he's probably gonna be gone after his first year. Go to the NBA draft, and most likely how Adam Silver works, somehow it's gonna work out that Bryce James is gonna end up with his dad, and he's gonna play with Bronny, Bryce, and LeBron on the team. It's already written in stone. You cannot deny it. Yeah, like stop. Let's not argue it anymore. Now, for the team it's gonna happen with, we don't know. But there's no way he's gonna not miss out on playing with his second son 1 year from now. Like
No, he can miss out. He can miss out. The guy's like halfway through $1 billion. I don't think. Look, I'm not saying don't be a good father, like he's a good dad. You know what I mean? But we don't need this. We really don't need this as NBA fans.
No.
But think about this for a second. Oh, in Bryce's perspective, okay, Dad, you wanted to play with Bronny, but you didn't want to play with me. How do you think that's gonna look as a dad point of view? Like he's gonna want to play with Bryce. So I think this ends not this year, but after next season, after he's played with Bryce.
I pray that Bryce goes through 4 years of college. I pray that man is like a seventh-year senior, and LeBron is somehow still around in year 30, 38, or whatever it is.
Bryce is going to be a COVID senior. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he retires into this year. I think LeBron is a smart person. I think he understands how historical his career is, how historical him leaving is going to be. He would announce it before the year. I don't think he would do the Peyton, not the Peyton Manning, but like what Brett Favre did his first retirement, where he just ended the season, press conference a month later, hey, I'm retiring, see you guys, and he shows up at training camp, he's ready to go. Like LeBron, I don't think LeBron would do that. I think the Lakers would use a first-round pick, though, to get Bryce on the team if LeBron's there. Because here's the thing is, I'm telling you this, Bryce is better than Bronny, and Bronny was a 20 recruit in his class. Because Bryce has LeBron's physical genetics more than Bronny does.
Yeah.
Bryce is a genuine 6'6". He's 180 pounds, I think he's listed at right now. Like, give him a year, he'll probably be 6'7", 195. He has the body. I think the Lakers will try to just give it because it's the greatest player ever. You have both sons. Or, if I'm being honest, he might have a conversation with his family, and Bryce might say, I don't really want to go through what Bronny went through. I don't want to play with you. I think that's a very good possibility. I think the Lakers are now guaranteed title contenders for 3 years because if you have a top 3 player in the league and it's not a definite clear 1 to 3, you're an automatic contender. That's the rule in basketball. If you have a top 3 player, you give them whatever they want and you ask questions later. And that's exactly what they did. And now they have probably the best scorer in basketball, along with the best mind in basketball, and you just made a defensive 3-and-D team around them. I think you have a good team.
The question becomes, if that does come to fruition that they get Bryce, the question becomes, LeBron plays that one last year, he leaves, then you're stuck with both sons, and you're like, well, okay, well, what do we do now?
Welcome to the G League, buddy. Get ready to learn Chinese. That's the best thing I would tell to Bronny. Bryce, again, I do like Bryce, though. I think Arizona will be really competitive.
Bryce is nice.
Yeah, Bryce is very nice for that.
For years, I've been talking about Bryce with Daniel, bro. I would show him NBA mixtapes on YouTube, bro. This kid was like, bro, the comparison with Bronny to him, bro, was night and day.
Yeah, he is good,
it
but
was just crazy.
But let's hold the brakes, though. He's not BJ Edgecombe. He's not Cooper Flagg. All right. I know. Again, Bryce is really good.
Wild drop there.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, he's not first round lottery yet. You have to see what happens in college. So, but yeah, he is good though. Now, again, like Bryce said, maybe Bryce is right about that. Where it's just, I don't really want to play with you, Dad. Let me go do my own NBA. let me do my own
would
NBA
say
in my career, So it's a real possibility. Because again, Bronny went through a bunch of heat,
Yeah.
even through summer league. Like he went through a bunch of heat through NBA guys, media. So who knows what that expectations would be like? Again, if LeBron's in the NBA still at that point.
That's going to do it for us tonight. That's all the time we have. Blake, again, welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Keep in tune to all of our social media throughout the week. We hope you guys have a great rest of your week, a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next Monday for a brand new episode.